Let's see if I can get this camera from swinging back and forth. All right, so this is the chair number 4. I'm carving the bottom of it. Got into it pretty good before I remembered to do this little video. So, draw knife. This is end grain. Of all the, I guess, directions that you carve into wood, end grain seems to be my favorite. No real surprises. I know it's going to be hard to do, and it is hard to do. You have to have a really sharp blade for it to slice across this stuff. As far as wood goes, if you think about having a handful of straws all pointed in one direction, cutting directly across them with a knife, that's what the little grains, like little tubes that feed a tree. A bunch of little tubes is all these are. Cutting across this way is pretty hard. Cutting this way, it's not so hard. But this way is. So I got to take this down. I got a line right along the bottom here. I got to take this edge down as close to that and give it a nice, attractive little curve to it. I've got a bit of an issue right here. This piece of poplar developed what's called a check. It's a little crack in it. It doesn't seem to be too deep. I mean, it's right here. When I get down to this line, I think a good bit of it will be gone. But I may drill a little hole right there and put a peg in there to stop that checking. Otherwise, it may want to go down the whole length of the chair, and that would not be good. We'll see. See what it looks like when it gets down there. Kind of nice. I got a really good edge on this blade this morning. The high today is supposed to be 57 degrees. I took the day off. 57 degrees, overcast. This is chair making weather. Yeah, that little split right there is just a surface split. It ain't nothing. All right, this chair number 4, I'll probably be finished with it by, let's see, so I may be finished with this probably by the end of the first week in April. This chair is for sale. So if you're interested, let me know. It'll be $350. There's not many tools that could do what I'm doing right here. The only other tool I could actually think of that would do it, well, there's 2. One is an electric grinder, which would be, that'd be kind of nasty. I wouldn't want to do that. You can do it with a chisel if you actually have nothing else to do for a long time. So, there you go. Well, some ingenious guy years ago invented draw knives. Cool thing about a draw knife, you can go to an antique store, pick up a draw knife that's, everybody say, ooh, look at that old antique. You know, there's nothing antique about a draw knife. all you got to do is take it off the shelf and lightly sand it down and get all the rust off it. I promise you, if you go to an antique store, more than likely you're going to find a bunch of nicks and dents in the back of this thing where somebody who didn't know what they were doing used it for something other than what it was designed for, and took and hit the back of this thing with a hammer. Doesn't really hurt it. Makes it look ugly. A little bit of file work, you can take it right off down. And if they were doing that, this blade is going to have a lot of nicks in it. Ooh, that sucker is sharp. It's going to have a lot of nicks in it. You're going to have to do a lot of work to get those nicks out. Because if you just try to sharpen it with a nick in it, when you pull it, you'll leave a line of wood every time you pull it where the blade did not cut. And kind of a hassle. But draw knives in antique stores are every bit as good a knife as the day they were made. Well, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this thing over and keep on going on around the curve here, and then do that side. And then I will, oh, then I've got to ream the holes on the top for the arm supports, and then start working on the undercarriage for the stretchers going from the forelegs. And then I'll go to the next step. All right, see you, bye.